Okay, let's try this again. Third time. Still waiting for live confirmation that there's sound. Okay. I have no idea. Hi, Pam, if you're there, if you can hear. So, if it's as hot where you are, I don't know, maybe you're as grumpy as I am. I'm a pitta, so this weather just makes me want to punch things. So, but it's nice for like getting into a deep hot yoga, but man, I'm grumpy right now. So I don't know how you're feeling. But I'm going to try this the third time. Hopefully there's sound. I don't know how... The last time I taught in this room and did a live, the sound is a little garbly because I'm using the Wi-Fi in the next door and it might have an... But I've got the door cracked. We'll see. Who wants to practice tonight? I was going to do what I did on Wednesday and didn't have sound. So let's hope it comes through. I'm just going to check. We can edit. Okay, I have full confirmation that there is sound. The template for this class is an hour 15, hour and a half. We'll see how it goes. It's almost 5:45 right now, so maybe I'll just make it a 75. Sound good? And I haven't forgotten about the tutorials. I'm going to do one on crow pose, arm balancing, and some short flows, because a few people have asked for 20 or 30-minute flows, so, which is a good idea, because a lot of times, if you're like me, it's sort of like all or nothing, and sometimes it's good to just get on your mat for 20 minutes, and you feel a lot better, but it's just getting out of that headspace of I have to practice for a full 90 minutes in order to get any benefit, which is completely false, but we tell ourselves that. So I'll probably work on that tomorrow and like over the weekend. I'm officially in my new space. I've signed the lease, so gulp. And I'm going to be painting and doing some work, so what you see is not what the ultimate reality will be. But it's exciting to have big yoga space to practice. Okay, so one final check before I start. So the sound is garbled. Okay. I think the room is doing sort of weird things for the Wi-Fi. Hopefully it will be okay with the door open. Okay. So start on your back. Get comfortable, just arrive. And I apologize if the sound is weird. I might have to either get my own Wi-Fi or record the classes in another way and not go live. But this is what I have for now. So just let yourself be settled into the earth. Release all tension. Release all thoughts of the day. Just arrive. So whatever that looks like for you, you can stretch long, you can be in more of a classic Shavasana, maybe hands on belly. What do you feel like? And make any adjustments, any stretches, wiggles, whatever needs to happen. When you're ready, reach all the way across the room. Big breath in and gather. And then exhale, release. And do that a few more times. Expand on the inhale. And then exhale all the way out. And once more. When you're ready, hug your knees into your chest. Rock from side to side. Massage your spine. And get really deep into your sacrum. I like this one a lot because when you have lower back issues, it feels really nice. So get low into your sacrum. Rock from side to side. And then if you want, you can knees in a circle, getting your sacrum from sort of different angles. And then reverse direction. And give your legs a good squeeze. Bring your hands to your shins. Curl into a really tiny ball. Maybe bring your forehead to your knees. And then release. Bring your feet all the way down to the earth. Brush your heels with your fingertips. Draw your knees in toward each other. And if you have a block at home, you can even bring a block right between your inner thighs, right at the meaty part of your inner thighs, your adductor muscles, and give that block a good squeeze. And then it'll help spread your sacrum and create space. And then you're coming up into a gentle bridge pose, just stretching the front side of the body, keeping the knees together. And if you have your block, squeeze your block and just see what happens to your lower back. Press into the heels, lift your hips. Let your neck be nice and long. You can have your eyes closed or soft gaze at the ceiling. And then one vertebra at a time, lower all the way down. With control, until that sacrum feels like it just spreads right into the earth. And then again, press into the floor with the heels, lift through your hips, coming up to the lower cervical vertebra, drawing the knees in toward each other, supporting your lower back. And then exhale, one vertebra all the way down. So slow, so control. Once more, press into the heels, lift your hips, press to the sky, and if you want, let your arms drift overhead. Maybe take the hips a little bit higher. Draw the knees together. Exhale, one vertebra at a time, come all the way down, hands and hips, lower to the earth. And try that again with both, if you want, or just keep the hips lifting. At the top of the inhale, pause, and then start to lower hips and arms all the way down. And how about once more, one final round. Inhale, lift. Squeeze, pause. Exhale, all the way down. Hug your knees in. Rock from side to side. Just reset your spine a little bit. You can stay in this side to side or in circles. And don't forget to reverse if you do circles. Give it a good squeeze. Take the knees wide, flex your feet, and you can catch behind your knees, send the soles of your feet to the ceiling, or if you have space, catch the outsides of your feet. I like to bring my thumbs right into the tendon of my big. And you can start by just staying in stillness and feel the isometrics of this shape. So press the feet to the ceiling as you equally draw the knees down toward the floor past the ribs. At the same time, you're lengthening your spine, crown to tail. And then once you have that shape, once you have those isometrics, start to rock from side to side. Massage lower back. Come back to stillness. Draw the knees in. Touch down. And then walk the feet to the outside edges of your mat. Let your knees drop in toward each other. Hands can be wherever they want to land. And just let your lower back spread open. And set your feet back to neutral. And just keeping that awareness in the lower back, the pelvic area, start to rock forward and back. So in your inhale, you're drawing the two hip points toward your head, and it's almost like this little lower belly contraction as your pelvis kind of curls forward. And then as you exhale, you press it away, and notice that there's a little space that gets created at your lower back. And then as you inhale, rock your pelvis forward. And be sure to use that lower belly engagement as you do this. Really subtle movements to bring awareness. Because we tend to ignore our pelvis and our lower back and our hips, where our legs are connected to our torso. Press away. Find that arch. Inhale. And exhale. And then come back to neutral. Hug your knees in again. This time take your hands behind your knees. Rock forward and back a few times. Maybe play with this. And then the next round, you can cross your ankles and roll forward. Come into a table pose. Set your hands underneath your shoulders, knees under your hips. And just notice what's comfortable for you. Whenever I watch videos of myself, I notice that my hands are actually slightly forward of my shoulders because that feels more stable. So, feel into what your body wants rather than being really rigid in alignment. Alignment is good, but it's also kind of limited because our bodies are all shaped differently. But from here, once you get that nice solid foundation, roll your elbows under, slide your shoulders back, and feel that length all the way down your spine. Your belly button draws in to support your spine. Support your mid-belly. And then inhale, let your tailbone lift, heart comes forward. Exhale and round. Inhale, open. Exhale, release. Using your hands at the floor. So the hands isometrically work with the floor to enhance the movement. And give it a little. And then when you want to come off of that linear movement, you can start to make some movements. Working in any direction. Kinks in your spine, if you're like me, there are many. And close your eyes and stay with that for a few more breaths. Just breathe into any space that needs a little more attention. And then find your way back into stillness. Sink your hips to your heels. Fingertips reach forward. Forehead touches down. Knees are together or apart, depending on what sort of stretch you need today. So feel your way into it. Be sure that your forehead touches down onto something, the mat or your hands or a block or a pillow, so you can fully surrender into the shape, not holding yourself in place in any way. One more breath. Full exhale. On your next inhale, roll all the way up. Set your foundation again, hands underneath shoulders. Press into your fingertips right across the knuckles. Draw the shoulders back, belly button draws in. Take a long breath in, and then as you exhale, send that right leg back behind you. Level the hips. Reach the crown of your head away from your foot. And you can make some movements with that foot. Stretch the toes and the ankle. Even give it a little shake, whatever feels good, whatever you need. Press evenly through both hands and have that strong foundation in your core. And then let the leg be in stillness. Press into the right hand, left arm reaches forward. Big inhale to expand, and then exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, open wide. Exhale, connect. And we'll just do it 3 times. Inhale, open. And then exhale, bring the knee to the elbow. Inhale. And then just touch down. So I'll turn. You're taking your right knee toward your right elbow and just making circles. Big or little circles right around. Make it 3 or 4. And reverse direction. And then when you reach that final one, extend the leg out to the side. Flex your foot. Press evenly through both hands. Extend that right leg all the way out. And then swing it all the way around to the left side. Extend long through your spine. And then exhale. Curve your ear toward that back leg. Right ear toward your left hip. Left ear toward your left hip. Press forward with the hands and C-shape the spine. Inhale, come back through neutral. Exhale, touch down. Flow through a couple cat and cow movements. And if you need to sit back and give your wrists a little rest, stretch them out, flex the fingers, make some circles, whatever you need to do. And back. Press into the hands, belly button draws in. Reach through the crown of your head, long through the spine. Exhale, left leg reaches back. Equal weight through both hands to start. Press the floor away and then roll the elbows under, broaden through the chest. Press into that left hand, right arm reaches forward. Give your foot a little wiggle. Extra challenging, extra balance, right? Inhale, expand, and then exhale, knee to nose. 3 times. Inhale, open. Exhale, close. Inhale, extend. Exhale. Final time, reach out, leave the leg, touch the hand down. Bring that left knee, left elbow. 3 big circles. Let the only thing that moves be that leg, just the hip joint. And then reverse direction. Once you get to 3, 2, 3, hold, flex the foot, extend, and then swing it all the way out and around. Lengthen first, exhale, ear toward hip. C-shape the spine. Pressing out through that left rib. Take your eye gaze to the left foot. And come back to neutral. Knees come together, sink hips to heels, fingertips reach forward. Who's tired already? I know I am. We'll press on. Breathe into your back ribs. Full release out. And again, inhale. Exhale. Next inhale, roll up. Hands stay slightly forward of the shoulders. Tuck the toes, lift the hips, press back into downward facing dog. Pedal the heels, sway the hips, whatever you need. Just find some free-form movement in your down dog. First dog of the day, maybe. Maybe not. Maybe this is your 3rd practice, which means you're way ahead of me. And then once you find stillness, squeeze your heels into the earth. Pick a point just between your ankles, set your eye gaze, and then lift your hips to the sky. You can soften the knees if you need to, but press the heels down into the earth. Find that length in your spine and press your chest toward your thighs. Arms by your ears. Your head just releases. No strain in the neck. Look forward between your hands. Walk your feet to the top of your mat. Keep your knees bent. Bring your chest to your thighs. Clasp your arms overhead and just let your head hang. Find any movements here. Just release tension from the day. Feel it all release. And then when you're ready, bring your hands to your shins. Roll your shoulders back. Soft bend through the knees. Let the heart come forward. Press into the feet. Open the arms out like wings and come all the way up to standing. Press your palms. And then exhale, hands to heart. Open Tadasana. Feet hip-width distance. Just lift the toes. Spread them wide. Let them release down from pinky all the way down to the big toe. Take a full breath in. Palms press. Exhale, soft knees, forward fold. Inhale, lengthen halfway. Exhale, step your right foot back. Come into a lunge. Let your heart come forward. First round we'll go through really slow, and then you'll see the pattern, and we'll go through it through breath. So here's a great place if you need blocks to raise the floor. Heart comes forward, and then right hand touches down. Left arm reaches to the sky. Hug your front knee into your chest. Squeeze the back heel away from the crown of your head. Feels so light in your upper body, you can almost lift that right hand. Or maybe slide a piece of paper underneath it. And then exhale all the way down. Step that left foot back. Find your downward facing dog. From here, roll forward. Modified version first. Knees touch down, then chest, then chin. Keep the hips lifted, and then inchworm into your baby cobra. Lift up through downward facing dog, or table pose, and then downward facing dog. 2 full rounds of breath. Feel that inhale all the way up to the hips, and then exhale down to the heels. Once more like that. Inhale. And exhale. As you look forward, right foot steps. It's the left heel that's extended this time. Find that runner's lunge. And then left hand touches down, right arm opens up into that twist. Hug right knee into the chest and expand. And again, be so strong in the lower and upper body that you don't even need that lower hand. Hand, bend that back knee, step forward between your hands. Lengthen halfway. Exhale, fold. Press into the feet. Inhale, rise. Palm press. Exhale to your heart. Sides open wide. Second round, inhale, which is actually just the second half of the first round. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, left foot steps back. Find that runner's lunge. Lift the chest forward, and then left hand touches down, right arm reaches to the sky. Exhale. Plant the hand, right foot steps, downward facing dog. Like a wave, roll forward into your plank. Knees touch down, chest, and then chin. Baby cobra. Exhale, press back, downward facing dog. Full inhale, full exhale. Once more. Look forward between your hands, left foot steps. Find that runner's lunge. Right hand goes down, left hand to the sky. Squeeze through the heel, lift up through the chest. Expand. Exhale, touch down. Bend that right knee, step forward, lengthen halfway. Exhale, forward fold. Big inhale, sweep up, palms press. Hands to heart, open Tadasana. Inhale, sweep up. Faster with breath. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, right foot steps. Left arm reaches, find that twist. Exhale, touch down. Step left foot back, downward facing dog. Roll forward. This time, knees or toes. Inhale to rise. Exhale, press back. 2 rounds of breath. Building some heat. Looking forward between your hands, right foot steps, left hand stays down, right arm reaches. Big inhale. Exhale, touch down, left leg bends, step forward, halfway lift, exhale, fold. Inhale to rise, palms press, hands to heart, open Tadasana. Right away, sweep up, inhale, exhale, inhale, lengthen. Exhale, left foot steps back, right arm twists. Exhale, touch down, step both feet back, downward facing dog. Roll forward into plank, knees or toes, lower slow. Inhale, in, up dog, baby cobra, down. Looking forward between your hands, right foot. Did I just do the wrong one? I don't even know. Exhale, touch down. Back foot. Lengthen halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale to rise. Palms press. Hands to heart. Open Tadasana. Okay, last round. Inhale, sweep up. Exhale. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, right foot steps. Right hand touches down, left arm reaches to the sky. Exhale, step back. Inhale, roll forward. Exhale, lower. Inhale, rise. Exhale, press back. Right foot steps. Right arm reaches. Exhale, touch down. Step forward. Lengthen and fold. Inhale, sweep up. Palms press. Hands to heart. Tadasana. Inhale, rise. Exhale, hinge. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, left foot steps. Right arm reaches. Exhale, touch down. Step back and flow, knees or toes. Inhale. Exhale. 2 breaths. Look between your hands, left foot steps forward, left arm reaches to the sky. Big twist, open up, exhale. Right leg comes forward to join, lengthen and fold. Inhale, sweep up, long spine, hands to heart, open Tadasana. Shake it out. Just stand tall, maybe close your eyes. Take your hands to your heart. Feel the grounding into your feet. Imagine maybe try lifting the toes again. So feel the roots in the ball of the feet, the outer edges of the heel. And take one more inhale. Big open mouth sigh. Exhale. And then sweep up, palms press. Exhale, hands to hands fold forward. I have no idea where my brain went. Inhale, lengthen. It's the heat. Exhale, step back and flow, knees or toes. Downward facing dog. Squeeze heels, lift hips. Press your chest to your thighs, roll your elbows under. Find that length and the strength and the grounding. And then squeeze into your left heel, right leg reaches back. Nice and long leg. Your toes point to the earth, your heel to the ceiling. and you're pressing the floor away. So take a peek at the wall behind you and imagine your foot holding up that wall. Be that strong. And then draw your knee into your chest, around your spine. Step forward. And lower the back heel down, setting up your warrior one legs. If you know that you need space for that back knee and your hips, you can open your front foot out. Just half a foot space, like one toe heel out to the outer edge of your mat. Lift up through your chest. Squeeze into that back heel, like anchor, as though you could press your heel right into the earth. And then pull that right hip back. Left hip presses forward, lift up through the chest. Reach the arms back. Squeeze your shoulder blades strong. Like you could hold a tennis ball back there. Go deep into that front leg. And then reach the arms forward, leaving the chest where it is. A little challenge. Press into the feet. Inhale to rise. Exhale to arrive. So again here, if you need a little space, toe heel that front foot out, so that you can really rotate through the hips. Hip points face that side wall. Inhale, let the heart come forward. Feel the string lifting up through your heart space and then sink down a little bit more into the legs. Dial your pinky fingers in to open your upper back. Send your eye gaze just to the crease of the ceiling and the wall. One more breath. And then open, find your warrior two. Adjust the feet if you need. So you want your heels on one line, or heel of the front in line with the arch of the back. So play around with it. And you might need a nice wide stance so you can go deep through the front body and down through the back body. Take a peek at your big toe inside of that front leg. Nudge it out. You'll feel that active muscle engagement in the outer right leg, which is good. That's what you want. Big inhale, expand, and then exhale, sink a little bit deeper. Flip that front palm, reach forward, and reverse your warrior. Send the fingertips toward that back wall and sink a little bit deeper into that front leg. If you want to challenge, lift the heel. Set your eye gaze as high as you can go. And then come back into warrior two, set the heel. Shift forward, elbow of the right to the top of the right thigh. Left arm reaches overhead. Spin your heart open toward the ceiling. Spin open. Set your eyes to the stars. Inhale, sweep all the way back up. Turn that front foot so you straighten. Find 5-pointed star facing the side of your mat. Turn your heels in and your toes out. Open your fingertips wide. So you want the knees nudging out. So again, you're activating the abductors, the external muscles of the thighs, and sinking low. So as you go low, make sure your knees aren't collapsing in, press them out. Maybe even take the heels a little more in and feel the tops of your legs and your glutes pulling in toward the center and then all the way up through the crown of your head. Find your goddess pose. Set your hands to your heart. Go deep. And then expand. You can straighten the legs, open the arms wide. Exhale, hands to your heart. And then press to open. Exhale, go deep. Feel like your mat is tearing in half. And then open wide. Come all the way back. Once more. Expand out. And then turn your left toes to the back wall. Find your warrior two to the back. Open wide. Nudge that front knee out. Lift up through the chest. Sink deep into that front leg. Lift up through the chest. Challenge. Pull that left hip back. Go deep. Once more. And then press to straighten. Let your kneecap lift up toward your hip. You're shifting the hips forward, and you're finding your triangle, shin, ankle, block, or big toe. But be sure you're not collapsing. And if you're reaching for the floor, be sure you're not coming completely out of alignment. I can't see you, so I can't yell at you. Some of you I might. Roll your heart all the way open to the ceiling. Feel that engagement in the legs and the strength in your mid-body. And then let that right hand pull you all the way back up. Bring your hands to your heart. We're coming into a Skandasana low lunge. So you're turning your feet slightly forward. And then you're lowering down. You might press into the heel of that right foot. And you might just hold here. If you want, you can bring your hands all the way down to the floor and come down into that stretch if you're nice and open in that right leg, the inner thigh. And then hands touch down. Wherever you are, shift to the other side. So find Skandasana to the other side, making your way to the top of your mat again. And then turn all the way back to the top of your mat. Step back into plank. And then bring your right knee down. Kickstand that right leg and spin so that the instep of the left foot presses into the earth. Let that left arm reach all the way up to the sky. Long through the spine. Extend long and then bring your hand over the top of your head. Arm reaches long. Send the shoulder back. If you have space, let that left leg release parallel to the earth. Spin the heart open even more. And then exhale, touch down. Press back, downward facing dog. You can stay here. You can set in child's pose, or you can flow to keep it moving through a vinyasa. Three deep breaths, downward facing dog. Look forward between your hands. Walk or step to the top of your mat. Lengthen halfway. Exhale, fold. Press into the feet. Sweep all the way up. Palms press. Hands to heart. And open wide. Stand into the feet. Feel grounded. Feel open. Feel expansion. One more breath. Next, inhale, sweep up. Exhale, hinge, forward fold. Inhale, lengthen halfway. Exhale, flow, or press right back into downward facing dog. So find your own version of downward facing dog. Squeeze into the heels. Find that strength in your foundation. Roll the elbows under. Squeeze into the right heel, left leg reaches back. Hold up that back wall. Press the floor away. So notice if you're collapsing into the shoulders and the elbows are opening out, that's struggle bus right there. Roll the elbows under and press into the floor with the hands. And then see if you can get a little height through the back of the leg. Bring your knee to your nose. Step forward between your hands. Spin that back heel down. Warrior one set up, left side. Toe heel that front foot out, and then lift up through the chest, reach your arms back. Sink low. into the legs, back foot. Spin right forward, left hip presses back. Engage the outer edge, the outside of that left thigh. Arms reach forward, leave your upper body where it is. Press into the feet, inhale, rise. Exhale, stay. Go deep. So adjustments if you need. If you find that you're too far back on that right hip, open the foot a little bit. Find space. And then send the fingertips to the sky. Let the heart open. Front body expands. And then open wide. Warrior two. Pull that left hip back. Lift up through the chest and anchor through the back body. Extend through the fingertips. Be big. Sink deep. Sweep back. Reverse your warrior. Right hand touches down. Maybe you lift that left heel and reach the left fingertips away from that front foot. Touch down, come back through warrior two, and then elbow to thigh, right arm reaches overhead, spin the heart to the ceiling. See if you can roll your pinky finger down and your thumb to the ceiling. So you're almost giving a high five to somebody behind you. What that does is it anchors your shoulder, and then take the opposite spin with the heart. Roll open to the ceiling. Press into the feet. Inhale, sweep up. Warrior two. Sink deep. Straighten that front leg. Turn the feet parallel. And then bring the heels in toward each other, coming back into that goddess. Track the knees over the toes. Lengthen through the spine. Let your eye gaze be lifted. Take your hands to your heart. Find that depth again. Sink deep. And then expand out. Open wide. Exhale. Sink deep. Inhale. Open wide. Twice more. Exhale. How low can you go and have control? Open wide. Imagine you have the control of a dancer. And then turn to look to the back wall. Find warrior two to the back. So right knee is forward. Open the knee out so you can see your big toe. Go deep. Lift up. Chest is strong. Once more. A little bit deeper. How strong. And then straighten that front leg. Lift the kneecap up toward the hip. Tip from the hips. Find your triangle. Eye gaze to the left hand. Legs engaged. And check to see that you're not relying on that bottom hand. Lengthen from that left hip all the way through the crown of the head. One more breath. Let that left hand pull you all the way back up. Bring your hands to your heart. Coming back into that Skandasana, low lunge. So choose your option. Either keep it lifted or lower. And maybe you play with shifting without touching down. Shifting to the left leg and then turning all the way forward. Step back and flow. Ooh, no, hold plank. Left knee touches down, kickstand that left leg, and then open the right hand to the ceiling. Stay here, or that right arm reaches overhead. Heart spins to the ceiling, left leg, right leg lifts, parallel. I'm falling apart. Extend, and then exhale, touchdown. Downward facing dog. Choose your option, hang, chill, or flow. Look forward, walk, step, or float between your hands. Lengthen halfway, exhale, fold. Press into the feet, sweep up, palms press. Exhale, hands to heart, open wide. Close your eyes, ground in, be here. When you're ready, open eyes, sweep up, exhale, hinge. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, flow your way. We'll all arrive in downward facing dog. Right leg reaches back. Three-legged dog. This time, if you want, shoulder stays square, but you can bend the knee and open the hip. As you press that right leg toward the left, roll that right shoulder down even more. Stack the knee, open the hip. Let it be big. Let it be bold. If you want to flip, you can touch right toes down, come all the way down onto the left hip, and then shoot the hips high. Find your wild thing, Kamatkarasana. Open heart. Expand. Exhale. Touch down, downward facing dog. Look between your hands, right foot steps. Set up warrior one, sweep up right away. Adjust the feet as needed. Take your eye gaze high. Bring your palms together, and the outsides, like the heels, the outside edges, the blade edge of your hands, connect, and sort of almost like a cupping shape, reaching toward the back wall. So those roll the shoulders open, and then you tip back and open the heart. Go deep into the legs as you expand through the chest. And then find your way, warrior two. If you want, lift the heel. Big breath in. Exhale, go deep. One more. Inhale, expand. Exhale, reach back. Reverse your warrior. Heel can stay lifted or touch down. Open the heart. Expand the ribs. This time, heel touches down. Come back into your extended side angle, Parsva Konasana. If you have a half bind, that top arm finds the crease of your hip. If you have a full bind, that bottom arm comes underneath the front leg, and you connect, but you keep your heart rolling open. Your eye gaze can be wherever your neck feels best. But if you're starting to aim toward the floor, come out of the bind. And then release. Left hand lifts you all the way back up. Find five-pointed star. Feet to parallel, and then turn the heels in. Sinking back into the goddess legs. Take the hands to the tops of the thighs. Fingertips curl toward the inside of the knees. Sink deep into the legs and then lengthen through the chest, coming into a twist. Inhale, and then exhale, twist to the right. Inhale through center, long spine. Exhale, twist to the left. Flow through that twice more each side. Center, twist right. Exhale, squeeze the breath out. Center, twist left. Again, back through center, twist right, make it deep. Inhale, twist left. Come back through center, walk the hands to the crease of the hip, press down, find a little traction for the spine. This may or may not feel good. Straighten the legs. Turn the feet to the back wall. Find warrior two to the left. Lift up through the chest. Inhale, open. Exhale, deepen. Once more, just like that. Inhale, open. Exhale, deepen. Straighten that front leg. Find your triangle. Maybe a deeper variation. Maybe you hook the big toe. Peace fingers. Keep the heart rolling open. Legs stabilize. Extend from the crown all the way to the base of the tailbone. Be sure you're not collapsing, especially if you have your big toe. Almost feel like you're lifting your big toe off the earth. Fingertips to the sky. Right arm picks you all the way back up. Skandasana to the back, to the front. Turn all the way to that right leg. Step back. Find plank. So you can either bring the right knee down and spin open, find that side plank variation, or spin both legs, stack the hips, stack the legs, take the eye gaze to the left hand. So if you want a little challenge, hook the big toe, straighten the left leg. Eye gaze to the sky. And then spin all the way back down. Downward facing dog. Hold or flow. Who's still with me? Who's cursing at me? Come down to child's pose. Sink hips to heels. Find breath again. Let your breath create space. That's why you're here, creating space. One more. Big sigh. Roll up. Find downward facing dog. Look forward, walk, step, or float to the top of your mat. Lengthen and fold. Sweep up. Palms press, hands to heart. Open Tadasana. Last round. Final krama. Inhale to rise. Exhale, hinge. Lengthen halfway. Exhale, flow your way. Downward facing dog. Right heel squeezes down, left leg reaches back, shoulder stays square, bend your left knee, open the hip. The more you send your leg right, squeeze that left shoulder down. Open the knee, stack the knee over the hip. And then if you want, touch the left toes down, right hips down, and then shoot the hips high. Spin back, downward facing dog. Look forward, left foot steps. Right heel touches down. Sweep up, warrior one. Find your adjustments. Blade edges of the hands connect. Lift up through the chest. Take it back. The more you lift up, the more you anchor down. So feel almost this stretching, like you're taffy. Creating space. One more breath. Exhale, open, warrior two. Adjust the feet as needed. Go wide, go deep. Maybe lift the heel. Full breath in, expand. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale, sweep back, reverse warrior. Touch down, find your way back to warrior two, and then that extended side angle. Play with it, stay here or find the half bind. Maybe you just stay here, find the crease of your hip. Roll your shoulder open, take your eye gaze to the ceiling. If you have space, send that left arm underneath the front thigh. Connect, and then roll open. Heart opens to the side wall. You're aiming for the ceiling. Eye gaze wherever your neck settles. Release the arms. Let that right hand pull you back up. Turn parallel. Heels go in, toes go out. I'm going to totally mess myself up by turning front ways, but it's going to be easier this way. So you're coming down into that goddess pose again, hands to the knees. Lift up through the chest. Here's where you play. Lift one heel, lift the other heel. Lift one heel, lift the other heel. You ready for both heels? Here's your challenge. Hands to heart. Lift one heel, lift the other heel. One and one. Both at the same time. Can you keep the heels lifted as you straighten the legs? And then all the way back down. Expand outward. Touch the heels down whenever you need it. Adjust the feet. And come back to it when you're ready. Once more. Go deep. Channel your inner dancer. Expand out. And then turn to that right foot to the back wall. Warrior two to the back. Big breath in, expand. Exhale. Go deep. Inhale. Exhale. Next inhale, straighten that front leg. Lift the kneecaps up to the hips. Find your triangle. Whatever version suits you best today. Keep that length in the chest. Roll that left hip open to the sky. One more breath. Left hand pulls you all the way back up. Extend, hands to heart. One last Skandasana, side lunge to the left or to the right leg, and then to the left leg. Turn all the way forward. Step back, find plank. Touch the knee down, find your side plank that way, or spin both heels at the same time. Stack, take your eye gaze high. Maybe you want the challenge, hook the big toe. Straighten that right leg. Come all the way back down. Hang, chill, or flow. Final vinyasa. Press back, downward facing dog. One more breath. Deep sigh. Touchdown. So turn to sit forward. Take the legs out wide. And you can have a block or a pillow or something if you need it. And that'll just raise the floor a little bit. Take the right leg in. Left leg stays extended out. Anchor through both the sits bones and lift high through the chest. You take your left hand to the inside of that left knee. So the tendency is to want to get really close to that left leg and collapse the chest into it. So forget that. Think lift through the spine, and then the ribs are like a little bendy straw. So you lift up through the right arm. Keep pressing that left hand to keep the left knee from collapsing in. So you're almost pressing the left knee in as you press the left hand out. Keep the toes open to the ceiling and press energy out through the heel. Both sits bones stay anchored. Lift up and then exhale over. Maybe spin your chest open a little bit more. Notice if your left toes are collapsing. And then take the right hand down. You're spinning your left arm in a big half circle and lifting the hips. So you're pressing into the shin and the hand on the right and anchor into the left foot as you let your head and your upper body release. One more breath. Slowly come all the way back down. Right away to the other side. Left leg in, right leg out. Anchor through the sits bones, lift up through the chest. Maybe press that knee just to get a little more anchoring. Press out through the heel, toes aim to the ceiling. Right hand to the inside. And if you have a block, you can bring your block right to the inside of the knee and just place the top of your hand. So you press the hand into the knee and then roll that knee into the hand. Left arm lifts up. As you lift the fingertips, anchor even more into that left sits bone. Bendy straw through the ribs and then all the way open. Close your eyes so you don't know where you are, you just know how it feels. Because that's what it is. You see people of all different levels because they have different ranges of sensation. Those people who can go really, really deep into a posture are almost at a disadvantage because they have to go so far just to get the same sensation as someone who might be a little more stiff. And it feels just as good. Take that left hand down, anchor, lift the hips, spin that right arm all the way open in a half circle. 3 really big, deep, opening, expansive breaths. Let it go. Let's sit down. Open the legs wide. So if you have a pillow, if you're at home and you're by your couch and you have a pillow that may or may not have a ton of cat hair on it, you can use that or a block or anything or nothing. Roll the legs open, toes to the ceiling, press the heels out. You want to feel the legs moving in two directions. So you're pulling the top of the leg in and pressing the bottom of the leg out. Anchor through both sits bones, the 2 points that are making contact to the floor, and lift up through the chest. Long spine. And then from here, you're hinging and walking out. So this pillow can be wherever you want it to be. I've got a really nice beanbag that really takes the weight of my upper body. So you can do that, or you can bring it underneath your head. If you have a bolster, you can even hug it and stay almost upright and just bring your head into a resting position. If you want a little more depth, and you have it, keep the length in the spine. So whenever you feel like you're losing integrity, you can walk the spine. Notice the toes, make sure the toes aren't rolling in, and maybe you come all the way down. If you have space, you can even hook your big toes and bring your chin down to the floor, as long as you don't have a microphone in the way. And adjust as needed. So if you can hold it for 5 breaths, that's great. If you need to adjust and come to a different shape, you can do that. Just a couple more breaths. And then slowly walk your hands all the way back up. Keep that length in your spine. Take your hands to the outsides of the legs. Pull them back in. Take your hands behind you. And then take your thumbs to the outside. So you roll your shoulders open again. And just windshield wiper the legs. Let it feel good. Coming down in our practice. Letting everything settle. So imagine your practice as shaking things loose. If you imagine yourself as a carton of orange juice or some pulpy juice, your practice is just shaking things loose. Or think of it as letting things drift to the surface, drift to the outer edges, so they can be released through breath, through sweat, through emotional release, whatever it needs to be. When you're ready, turn all the way back into that original position, sitting tall. Reach the arms out and roll one vertebra at a time all the way down. Do your chest. Rock from side to side. Touch down. Feet underneath knees. Brush heels with fingertips. We'll sort of end the same way we began. Long through the spine. If you have a block, you can bring your block between your legs to open the upper back, lower back, support the lower back. Press into the heels, lift your hips. Let your heart open. Draw the knees in toward each other. So if you want, now that you're a little bit more open, you can take this into a full bridge pose, set to Bandhasana. Roll the shoulders under. Open the upper back. Press into the heels. And slowly roll all the way down. Just let your back go flat, keeping the feet where they are. We'll take 3 back bends. You can increase intensity or keep them the same. So second round, press into the heels, lift the hips. Maybe you clasp. Pin open the chest. And slowly lower all the way down. Nice flat spine. Tuck the heels in. So you can take one last bridge pose, or you can come into wheel. Start the same way, press into the heels, lift the hips. Bridge pose, clasp or stay where you are. Wheel pose, hands come by your shoulders. Fingertips tuck underneath the shoulders. Lift first to the crown of your head, squeeze strong through the back legs, and then lift up. If you want to come a little bit deeper, walk the hands close to the heels, touch the heels down. Open through the chest, and then to lower slowly all the way back down. This time, hug the knees in, reset the spine. One last happy baby, so you can catch behind the knees or the outsides of the feet. Find movement or stillness. Maybe you straighten one leg and then the other leg. Maybe you play with straightening both legs. Catch the heels and aim the toes to the earth. Flat through the spine. And come back through center. Bring the soles of your feet together. Knees out. Let the arms open through the upper body. Anchoring through the back body. So you can stay here, or you can take a few breaths and find any movements or postures that might feel good to complete your practice. And just let it be intuitive. Don't worry about if the shape doesn't have a name to it. Just go where your body is telling you to. And if that's stillness, that's what you need right now. And just honor that. When you're ready, start to make your way down into your Shavasana. You can have your feet together and your knees apart, or your legs extended extending long, you can bring a bolster or a pillow underneath your knees. If you have lower back struggles, like many, hands can be on your body or they can be open. Whatever feels good. And just don't think about it. Let it be intuitive. So just imagine all the space that you've created in your body. Notice how it feels. Notice what it looks like. Notice the clarity that maybe arose. Notice a feeling of lightness. Letting all the things that need to be released through the breath, through the pores, through the mind. And you can stay here as long as you want. But if you're ready to come out, and start to become aware of your breath, sending it through every inch of your being. And then invite some movements back into your outer extremities, letting them get bigger. When you're ready, roll to your right side. Curl into a little ball. Fully present, fully aware. Reawakening. And coming back into seated. And bring your hands to your heart. Take a deep breath in. Big sigh. Once more. Bring your thumbs to your third eye. Bow your head deeply. Send so much peace, so much gratitude, so much love into the world because it needs it. Fill it with love. So much gratitude. Hope everybody has a good night. Hope the sound was okay. Peace. I'll see you the next time.